Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? For some reason, I got no camera. Let me see. Can you guys hear me? Can't see me. Let me see something. Wait, maybe. Hey-oh. There it is. There it is. Camera was pushed down. Everything good, boys and girls? How's everything? How's everybody going, man? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing on a Sunday, 7 o'clock? Just trying to pull up a baseball score, guys. What's going on? Everybody good? 7 o'clock Sunday afternoon. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing, man? We're getting closer, guys. We got 11 in the building. Let's say hi to some people in the chat. Sorry about the minute or two delay. I was having some technical difficulties. Meanwhile, it was just my camera that was pushed down. I didn't even realize that. That's how computer illiterate I am, man. What's going on, Justin May, the rapper? How you doing? Obsessed Detroit Lions fan up here from Rochester Hills, Michigan. Go Lions, win Super Bowl before the day I die. That's right, hey, man. That's what they're trying to do, my friend. Going to be performing Restore the Roar at the Dream Cruise for my concert, so look out for that. That's awesome. I love it. Zach J, what's going on, brother? What up? What up? Perry Ball in the building. Yeah, I've started, Randall Schaub. What's going on, bro? Sorry about the delay. I was having, can hear, not see. You're running good now. I'm glad I hit the notify button. Thank you, James Willis. How's everybody doing? I can hear you. There you go. All right, man. We're in business. We're in business, right? We're in business, guys. We're in business. That's all that matters. Anthony Belmer. Woo! Lions football. What's going on, brother? Galloping Lake 6. Happy week before the first preseason game. Yeah, when's our first preseason game? Thursday? Is it Thursday night? Wednesday coming up? A couple practices with the New York Giants. And then we play them, I believe it's Thursday, right? I could be wrong. Hey, Peoples, Detroit fan, man. Bash Darwin, hey, what's up? What's going on, brother? Giacomo Fusco in the house. What's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in, dude. Thanks for coming into the Orum's Forum, the Orum's Den. Rawr! Remember that? Traverse City, Michigan, Dire Line. Love it, buddy. Love it, love it, love it. You guys got any questions about Detroit Lions? Fire away. I'm doing a solo show. You guys know I like to go solo majority of the time. That's what I like to do. And phone modems. Huh? Yeah, you know what? I'd like to do a phone segment one time. I really would. Call-ins. I got to figure out how to do that. Thanks, brother. I've been seeing a lot of new lying stuff at Myers and Kohl's now. Lions, nice shirts and golf, so you should think about picking up some. Hey, man. I don't go to the States much. I do go for football games, obviously, and Tiger games. But yeah, man. I'd love to go over there. Thursday or Friday, yeah. I think it's Thursday. Don't get me not 100% sure on that, though, but I think it is Thursday, bro. The G-Men, yeah, you know, I like the G-Men. G-Men's my second team. I am a Lions fan, Honolulu Blue and Silver, but I do love the Detroit Lions, and I do love the New York Football Giants, man. You know, Fusco, I do remember now. What a great memory, or played football together, me and this man, Giacomo Fusco. We had a good time, brother. What a great memory, bro. But fire away the questions, guys. You know, it's a solo show, so got some training camp stuff. I can try to get you updated with what's going on in training camp. You know, I follow guys like, you know, Eric Schlitt, John Macaron, Jeremy Reisman, Jeff Risden, all those guys, man. They pump out that Detroit Lions info, and I try to get it out to you guys. I like Broderick Martin to be a starter. You know what? He's fighting to be a starter. Nose tackle, 6'5", 335, 340 pounds. He's last thing I heard from Brad Holmes saying that he's developing quicker than they thought he would, which is good because basically he was pretty much a third-round project. I was kind of like, man, you drafted a project in the third round. That's a little bit rough. But he's looking like he's going to push at least Isaiah Buggs for starting reps. So I don't think anybody's going to push Lee McNeil out of there. That's that defensive tackle we're looking for. And playing next to him, it's either going to be Buggs, Martin, the rookie. You're going to see Kaminsky in there. You're going to see if Christian Covington even makes the team. I don't think he's having a very good camp, though. But who knows? Okay, so it's Friday, the first preseason game. Okay, I thought it was Thursday or Friday. I wasn't sure. That's good. I'm on afternoons, too, so I'm probably going to miss it. What time's that game at? I got to check. 7 p.m.? Yeah, I'll be at work. So I'm on afternoons, so I'll be at work. Hopefully I can catch it maybe on the NFL Network or stream it when I get home. Anthony Belmer, what's up, bro? Here's a question. Thanks for the question, bro. You think Montgomery starts and splits with Gibbs? Do they try and have both on at the same time? I think you're going to get both the best worlds there, man. Obviously, Ben Johnson, his biggest concern going into the 2023 season was his running backs got tackled easy. He thinks that they left a lot of yards on the field, and I think that was a big reason why they drafted Gibbs, who's great in space. You know what I mean? He's a smaller guy, not small, but he's 200 pounds, 5'10" or something like that, 5'11", don't even know, but he'd be shorter, 5'9", 5'10", whatever he is. But he's 200 pounds, but he's awesome in space, and he's a miss guy. He's a make you miss type of running back or weapon, whatever they're going to call him. And Montgomery's the same. Led the NFL last year in missed tackle rate. You know, teams could not tackle him. Him and Nick Chubb, I think, tied for making guys miss. So I think that was a big, big get during the offseason for Brad Holmes and his offense. And I think they're going to split, though. I think you're going to see even Dan Campbell coming out, man, the head coach coming out saying that they'd like, for Montgomery to be a little bit more of a workhorse, probably get more carries. And Gibbs is going to be the guy that's going to create problems. He's going to be that receiving back. They're going to try to get him out in space, run routes. So you're going to see a lot of you're going to see both. But getting those guys both on the field at the same time, I think is going to be pretty big. I think they're going to have to. So I think they're really going to have to get those guys out there at the same time because Montgomery's a good running back, and so is Gibbs. So Gibbs is going to be everything that DeAndre Swift wasn't. And I like DeAndre Swift, but missed a lot of time, injuries. Apparently he's looking really good in Eagles camp, though, but he's always looked good in camp. So we'll see what happens. I was at SummerSlam last night in Detroit, and I'm pretty tired. Plus, I work overnight. It's been crazy, but no complaints. I'm mostly just here tonight. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Did any Lions show up for that? Sometimes you'll see that. I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming they did it. I was at the Tigers game yesterday. They won. Oh, yeah, the Tigers won? Wow. Man, that's a team, man. That's tough to watch, man. I met Jeff Rizin and Chris last night. That's great, man. That's fun. That's fantastic. What, did you go to SummerSlam too? Or did you meet him or did you see him at training camp? After Aiden, who leads his team in sacks? Well, I think the easy answer, not easy, but I think the most answer to that question would probably be James Houston. I think the man's capable of getting, obviously, double-digit sacks. We saw what he did last year. I still think he's going to get about 12 sacks, 11 sacks. I'm not going to say that this guy's going to get 15 to 20 sacks. I know we had 8 sacks in 7 games. That's insane. But there will be some tape on him. I still think he's capable of getting 11 or 12. So I'm going to say James Houston. Then after that, maybe Charles Harris. Charles Harris can come close to 7 or 8. Hopefully more than that. Romeo Aguara, if he sticks around, could be a guy that can get 6 to 7, 8 sacks. So I think you're looking at Aiden, and then you're looking at James Houston. I just don't see anybody really surpassing Houston at this point. Houston's that pass rush specialist, though. So, he's going to be that type of guy that you know is going to be in there for certain situations, certain downs, certain scenarios. So I know he's struggling a little bit in camp right now. They say James Houston at learning the actual linebacker position. You know, he's phenomenal at getting to the quarterback, living in the backfield, but he's struggling a bit in coverage, and he's struggling a little bit and stopping the run. But he's a guy that I don't think they're going to take away his strengths, which is getting to the quarterback and getting to the backfield. So I just really can't see them taking him out of too many certain passing situations. So you're going to see a lot of James Houston this year. So I'll say James number 2. They're saying that Branch is the man. I think he has a chip on his shoulder for not getting picked at first. I can't wait to watch him. He's lighting up. He's lighting up camp, bro. There's not one, you know. Camp's all about. There's a lot of positivity in training camps. Let's get that right off the bat. Okay, there's a lot of positivity, and that's coming from all 32 teams. If you go to all 32 teams, you read all their beat writers. You don't see a lot of negativity, and that's a good and bad thing, because, you know, they pump you up full of hope. But Brian Branch apparently has been the real deal. He's everything that this team wanted. How he slipped into the second round was because of a bad combine. He didn't have a good time on his 40. He was a little slow, but he was a ball player at Alabama. And we got to steal. I think we got to steal in that guy. And I think he's going to play a lot of nickel. He's going to play some high safety. He's going to play a little bit all over the field. He wants to even learn how to play on the outside corner. So this is a guy, and he's smart. He's like a professor out there. But like I said, man, you know, everything's positive right now. He will have his ups and downs, bumps and bruises, but he is the real deal. And I think he can eventually be probably C.J. Gardner-Johnson's replacement. Because who knows what's going to happen with him? Are we going to sign him to a mega deal next year? Remember, he's only making like $6-7 million this year on a 1-year deal, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, which I thought was a great get. But then grabbing Brian Branch was a smart move by Brad Holmes, because you got kind of a player that's similar. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson's more of a playmaker. Branch is more of a kind of like I want to say he's like a technician. He's like a technician, smart. He wasn't a crazy playmaker at Alabama, but he can get to the quarterback. He can blitz. He can stop. He can play the run phenomenal. He's good in zone coverage. Not the greatest in man coverage. But playing in the box, playing up near the line, playing that star linebacker position. Man, Brian Branch is going to be someone special, and I think he has a legitimate shot to be defensive rookie of the year. I'm going to call it just because he's so smart, and they're not going to be able to take him off the field. I really do. I just like maybe he can turn to that guy that can get more picks, because he didn't have a lot of picks in college, but he just had a lot of tackles. Didn't miss. He missed like 3 tackles in his 3-4 year career at Alabama. He's just a really good player, man. I love the pick. And the greatest thing about that pick, Randall, bro, we traded with the Green Bay Packers. We traded with the Green Bay Packers to get him. The Packers needed a safety. They're struggling at safety. So just makes it a little sweeter. I think the Lions will have a top 10 defense. They finally have some depth. Tony C. I like their depth. I like their depth on the defensive line. You know, even though the defensive tackle interior is a little bit, you know, got some question marks, but I like it as a whole. I like their depth there. Linebackers are looking like they're starting to get some guys that are going to be coming off the bench that are good, like the Derek Barnes, the Malcolm Rodriguez's. You know, you got Jack Campbell I think he's going to win a job next to Anzalone. So we got some guys there, man. The secondary, I think, has got some depth, even though we got some guys that are getting hurt. It'd be nice to get Mosley back, but it looks like he's got a little bit of a setback. You know, I still think we might need another corner. There's guys going down. We're picking guys up off the scrap heap right now, camp bodies. But overall depth, yeah, I think so too. Top 10, I'm not going to say that just yet, but I will say I think they're going to be a top 15 to 18. And I think that's a huge arrow pointing upward, because, man, they were what, 29th, I believe last year, 28th. They weren't the worst defense in the league. They were one of the, but they were, I think by the end of the year, they were about the 28th, 29th ranked defense, because they played exceptional defense on that 8 to 10 game stretch where they won 8 out of 10 games. So I like the future, but I'm going to say top 15 at least, man. Top 15, top 18. Friday, 7 p.m. Let's go. Josh Kittle, what's going on? Do you think Jack Campbell starts at inside linebacker? Yes, I do, Josh. I think he's going to win a spot. I think, but guys like Derek Barnes and Malcolm Rodriguez are not going away. Barnes is having a really good camp. Malcolm's making a little bit of noise. But I think Jack's going to be the guy, man. They pretty much have him there right now. I don't really see anybody surpassing him. Barnes maybe could, but we'll see. I used to record Lions games on tapes in the 80s and 90s. Oh, hell yeah, bro. James Willis with the big call. This is the final year of Miguel Cabrera playing with Tigers. He's retired. Oh, yeah, he's done, bro. Should have retired 2 years ago. That legend should have retired. I love Miggy. Don't get me wrong, but that legend should have retired 2 years ago, man. Fox said they would be streaming it for free if you live near the Detroit area, but they didn't say anything about Canadians having access to it. You can always find it, Foosk. You can always find it online somewhere, man, or who knows? I got that. What's it called? I got that Android box on the TV. I might get lucky, come home after work. It might be on. I might be able to find it. I got to search for it. Who knows? Running game is going to just make our pass game open up even more. I'm telling you, Tony, Tony, what's going on? I really think this offense is going to be top 3. I really do, bro. You hit it on the head. The running game is just going to make a pass game open up more. And it's a damn shame that J-Mo is not here for, that he's gone for 6 games, which is absolute BS, I think. But rules are rules. I've talked about it before. You can't break the rules, man. You can't break the rules. But when you see stuff like guys like Alvin Kamara getting 3 games for absolutely maiming a guy, and man, boys will be boys. Dudes fight. It happens all the time. But him getting 3 games, I think, is a slap in the face to a guy like J-Mo. And both should be suspended. Don't get me wrong. But, man, you are 100% right on that, man. I don't want to veer off on that question, but I'm just kind of hot about the J-Mo situation. Mark, what rookie you like the most, or do you want to see the most, make a difference to the Lions this year? I'm excited about Jahmyr Gibbs and the first 2 first-round picks, man. Gibbs and Campbell. Campbell maybe a little bit more because I played the linebacker spot and I love that pick. If you were here during the draft and we drafted him, I was fired up, man. I was happy we got him. I think he was one of the best linebackers in college last year. A lot of people say we reached for those first 2 picks, but those, I think, first 2 picks are going to be are really detrimental to the team. I really do. I think they're going to make the team go. It's not going to be just if they don't play well, we're in trouble, but they're going to make those wheels spin, man. I'm excited for Campbell. I think he's going to win a spot. I really like to see him and Brian Branch too, man. There's not really one guy. It's probably, man, a combination of Gibbs, Campbell, and Brian Branch. I really love the Brian Branch pick too. I was like, I couldn't even believe he was still there. I didn't think. I was like, this guy can't be still there. We just drafted Brian Branch. He was the best nickel cornerback, best safety in that draft. And he falls because of a bad combine. Terrible 40. He wasn't the greatest in man coverage in college, but he checked all the boxes. He did everything else you want. He did everything else. He doesn't miss tackles. He's a professor on the field. He's brilliant. He's smart. He's a football player. I couldn't believe he was there, man. So it's a collection of 3 guys, man. I'm excited for this team, man. I'm excited. My first time in a long time that I'm really, really excited about this team. Your thoughts on this kid Drummond, the wide receiver? I'm excited. He didn't do much in college. He's a home product, Eastern Michigan guy. He's out there making plays right now. He's really smart. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown backing him up, man, telling him that he's a really smart player. He's got size. He's got some wheels. He's got good hands. He's reliable. You know what I mean? I would never think that he would be a guy that might make this team. He's definitely a practice squad guy. But when you have guys like Marvin Jones, who's old, J-Mo, who's going to miss 6 games, you got Tom Kennedy getting hurt, you got this guy going down, Denzel Mims just went down, and it didn't look very good. So we might get some bad news on that, guys. So be prepared. Dylan Drummond's making a case for at least that wide receiver 5. We know who our 4 is, man. It's St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, and Marvin Jones. And then when J-Mo comes back, one of those guys gets kind of like won't get cut, but one of them's going to get less playing time. But a guy like Dylan Drummond, hey, man, he's making plays in camp. That's all I care about. Throw away all those college stats. I know he had some injuries last year in college at Eastern Michigan. That's why he didn't put up big numbers. But he's playing good. We got some really good undrafted free agents, man, showing up. So, like I said, man, camp's all about positivity. So you see a lot of it. Let's see it let's see it more in games. I want to see these guys play games. I really want to see what they do in game. And I'm excited to see Drummond, guys like Stephen Gilmore, Starling Thomas. Those are the type of guys that I want to see what happens in these preseason games. Because if they look lost versus preseason players, then, you know, then you're like, all right, man, now we need to evaluate them even deeper. So it gets tough out there, man. How many fights are you predicting will break out with the Giants? I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3. 2? Let's say 2. Happens every year, man. We've already had 3 or 4. The Detroit Lions had a couple. J-Mo got into it. Starling Thomas fought with J-Mo. Starling Thomas fought with another guy. Khalif Raymond got into it with somebody. Like, you know, it just happens, man. These guys get into fights. Training camps every day, man. Training camps, these guys get underneath each other's skin. They eat with each other. They play video games. They hang out. You start getting bothered, man. You start getting bothered by what people say. It just happens. Crazy what happened. Yeah, it's crazy what happened. I heard it's not season ending, though. So I haven't really heard too much after that. But I did hear the test came back a little bit more positive than what they thought at first. So he will be back earlier than expected. How early? Don't know. Don't follow the Falcons, but I'm sure we'll know real soon. And I hope he plays well, man. I want Okudah to succeed, man. I really do. It sucked that it didn't happen here. But this is one of the reasons why we traded him. Man. He just gets hurt. It just sucks, man. He just gets hurt. I'm not surprised about Okudah. Yeah, exactly. I'm not surprised here, but I want to see him do well. I really do. DLP training camp party. I would be surprised nobody else in here went. Yeah. What's that? DLP. I don't know what that is, man. Am I missing something? Do you see the Lions making any big trades for our D line? Not right now, man. I really don't. Unless someone goes down. Unless we see a major injury, Randall. Then maybe for sure. But I don't really know who's out there, man. I know there was rumors about Quinnen Williams, but he re-upped with the Jets. You know, there was rumors about Dexter Lawrence. He re-upped with the Giants. So there's always those rumors out there. I don't really know who's on the block right now. There's always a guy or two that'll pop up right before week 1 starts. So, but as of right now, I don't really see it unless someone goes down, bro, or unless there's a Chris Jones rumor too. The Chris Jones from the Chiefs. That guy's all world. So you'd have to give up a farm to get that guy. I would love to see him get a guy like Chris Jones. That's going all in. But you're giving up multiple picks, first rounder, probably a second, something down the road. Oh, yeah, maybe a player. You're giving up some capital to get a guy like Chris Jones. But I don't see it right now. I just don't see it. Drinks in the building. What's going on, brother? You caught it live, my friend. Got the Teamsters local up there. Supporting. I love it, man. I love it. Supporting. We got contract talks coming up, brother. The American side and for us. Let's go. There could be 4 or 5 rookies starting to see. There could be. There's at least, man, we got Campbell, Gibbs, Branch, Sorsville could down the road. You know, I'm not too confident in our right guard situation going on, guys. I'm not really confident there. Sorsville's taking second team reps right now. The rookie out of William and Mary. So who knows, man? We could have some guys down the road. That's starting, but for sure 3 or 4. You're right, man. Support for Big Farm Benito Jones. I keep forgetting about Benito. I keep forgetting about Benito, man. Inside the interior, he had a couple of nice snaps last year for us. And I know Dan Campbell loves him. I think linesmen have gotten a star in Gibbs. Still crying about Campbell instead of Cansey. Don't cry about. I know, man. I haven't heard much about where Cansey go. Tampa Bay. Did he go to Tampa? I haven't heard much about him. I don't follow all 32 teams. I haven't heard much about what he's doing in training camp. But don't worry, man. Campbell's showing out in camp, bro. He did get beat today by Laporta, though. Yesterday by Laporta on a nice touchdown throw by Jared Goff, though. I just read a Lions page up. Mosley said I'll be out there soon, so that's good to hear. But Jerry Jacobs going down to then. Yeah, I like Jerry Jacobs. You know, he's not the perfect corner, but I did see that about Mosley as well. Finally made an appearance. He's officially on the pup, but he did make an appearance finally at Allen Park, and he's talking to the media in good spirits, saying that he hopes to be out there soon. No real timetable, though. He did have I don't want to use the word setback, but I might as well say it. It's a bit of a setback. He went in, got a procedure on his knee, got it cleaned out. So, you know, he probably won't be ready week 1. Hopefully it's day to day, man. Maybe we get him in week 2, 3, 4. I think he'll be back before JMO does, though. Only 2 game stretch of being thrown off PEDs for crying out loud. It's just stupid, man. It's just they got it all ass backwards, Zach J. It's just like I don't like PEDs, man. If they were to do that for real, the PEDs, I don't think there'd be an NFL. I really don't think there would, because I think they're all sauced up. I think majority are. I think majority's on something. It's not just all God-given talent out there, man. And you'd have to be, as a fan, you'd have to be really ignorant to the fact to think that these guys are just God-given. You know, some of them are, man. Some of them are. Don't get me wrong, but some of these guys are just jacked. You know, like that can't be real, man. That can't be. He has to be on something. But yeah, man, it's just they got it all backwards with these suspensions and these fines. It's just stupid. Saw Montgomery sitting next to Gibbs at 224 pounds. He's a rock. Yeah, Gibbs isn't small either, but Montgomery looks like a hammer. He does, and I guess he's running hard, man. He's running guys over. He's not just, you know, he was kind of a little bit of a, you know, he had the 2-step, man, when he was in Chicago. Didn't put his head down. It seemed like a lot. But don't get me wrong, I didn't watch all 16, 17 games of the Bears. But I guess he's running over guys. He's 225 pounds. I seen that on NFL Network. They had a little interview with Gibbs and Monty out there. And Monty looked like just like a grown man, and Gibbs looked like a tiny kid. And Gibbs is 200 pounds. He's not a small dude. You know, he's just solid. He's just solid, not tall, but Monty looked big, man. I saw it on the NFL Network, if that's what you're talking about. The box is only the way to live see Lion games of Florida. Yeah, the Android box. The Android box, man. It's called Buzz TV. Mine's called Buzz TV, Zach J. Android box, Buzz TV. You can get them on Amazon, and then you just get someone that can like program your stuff. Friday the 6th went to the playoffs. That was a good game to watch. Cowboys 91. Woo! I was at that game, man, at Ford Field. Sorry, Silverdome. What's going on, Justin Chase? Looking huge, brother. What's going on? That was a fun game. I was, 17, 18 years old? Crazy, man. Crew Dog. What's going on, brother? The draft is always a reach. Till team takes your guy one pick before you. Just go get your guys. That's it, man. And that's all Brad Holmes did. You know, he's not going to come out and tell you that this team stole this player, this team stole that player. He's going to tell all 32 GMs are going to tell you they got everybody they wanted. They're going to tell you that, man. And I think Holmes came out and said what? Out of all the draft picks that they wanted, I think 4 of them, they really like 4 out of the 5 guys were the top 50 guys on his list or something like that, top 100. I forget what he said exactly. But he said 4 of those guys were the guys that they really, really wanted. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. You know, everybody has a favorite. I'm okay with who they drafted, man. So I think they're all gonna contribute one way or another. Big Guns Justin, great to see you. If Brent's was a spot, I would be ecstatic. Used to play as safety myself. Got Joseph signed jersey last year and got to get Branches now. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Justin, he's not coming off the field. He's not coming off the field. So it's he's going to play a lot of nickel. He's going to play a lot of safety. Him and CJ Gardner-Johnson are going to do the back and forth, man, play. They're going to have certain packages on who goes where. I think you're going to see, personally, I think you're going to see Branch on a lot of like short yardage downs inside the box. You're going to see him playing that star linebacker spot. And then when they're passing situations, you'll see Gardner-Johnson probably back there a little bit more. But they'll be mixing and matching. Yeah, Kennedy was released. Yeah, he was injury settled, whatever. Injury. He had an injury and they released him, but he's back on the team. He's back on the team, but he's IR'd, so he's done for the year. Whatever they're going to do. Lions signed Hayes and a quarterback and Avery Davis. Why? Oh, Avery Davis? Don't really know much about him. Is that who they signed today? Yeah, because Mims went down. So that's not good, man. Hopefully the Mims news, we'll probably hear more about it tomorrow. But I guess he was seen hobbling around pretty good. He was on the ground for a while. So at least we didn't give up a lot to get him, and hopefully it's not long. I got to look up this Avery Davis guy. I don't know much about him. Branch might end up being the best pick in this draft. He will probably start the first game. Definitely going to get a ton of playing time. He's going to probably start on special teams too as a gunner. It's awesome. It's just great that we got a pick like that in the second round. I think that second round curse is going to get lifted for the Detroit Lions, man. At least with hopefully Pascal does that too. Didn't think about fighting. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of fights going on during training camp, bro. That's all they do. I don't see Detroit trading right now, but we might be buyers that trade down for once. Hopefully, you never know, man. All depends, right? All depends. It's you don't see that a ton either. Of course, you do see it, but we haven't seen it here in a long time. Cansey got injured, Justin. That sucks. Hopefully, it's not a bad injury. I liked him coming out of college. I know he was a smaller defensive tackle, obviously. That excelled at getting to the pass rush, excelled at getting to the quarterback. Decent in the run game, but not that good. Is probably going to get eat up a little bit in the NFL and probably need to get a little bit stronger, a little bit quicker. But that's one thing he could do, though. He could pass rush from the interior. Oh, the DLP, the Detroit Lions podcast. Down there was Riz and Chris. You say you watch Riz all the time. Yeah, man. I never went to that part. I was probably working. Yeah, man. I watch Riz. I watch Riz as much as I can. I read most of his stuff though. I try to catch the podcast as much as I can, but I read a lot of their stuff. I'm more of a reader than I am sitting down watching something like a video. I always have been, but I try to catch him every now and then on that podcast. I heard about that party though. I was probably working. I don't even know when it was. Can't see calf injury, not serious. That's good, man. Vicious defense. Thanks for coming in. Love that avatar. Yeah, man. I hope nobody gets hurt. You know what I mean? Even against the Bears, the Vikings, and the Packers. I don't want to see nobody get hurt, man. Patty Grimes went to training game yesterday. Me and my brother meet Michael Banks and Brad Holmes. That's awesome, man. I have to go. I got to find a way to get there. Remember the 12th pick. Crew Dog. Remember the 12th pick was given. Everyone forgets that trade. Got us the 34th pick. Laporta. Boom. There you go. There's an extra player because of the trade. I think they're both going to be very good for us. I think Gibbs is going to be fantastic. I think Laporta is going to be a beast, and Campbell. I always forget. Everybody asks me about Laporta, man. For some reason, I forget about him. I don't know why, but he's going to be a monster, man. I'm excited for the draft next year because it's going to be in Detroit. You mean draft? The draft, right? Hopefully they'll draft me as their next quarterback RC next year. We're in trouble, bro. We are in trouble. Tony Wright. Are not good, bro. Kind of bad. That hurts. No hate, but mark your breakdowns are not good, bro. Kind of bad. That sucks. I'm going to give you a star for trying. At least you tried. Can you at least give me a try? That kind of sucks, Tony Wright. That kind of sucks, man. My feelings are hurt, bro. My feelings are hood, bro. They're kind of bad. That's a brilliant analysis. So I like Broderick Martin to play a lot, maybe start a few games. It all depends, man. All depends. It's all up to him. Like when he was drafted, they clearly said this kid's gonna be, he's gonna be a developing player. They're gonna see where he is. And then lately Holmes just come out and said, hey man, he's developing a lot quicker than we thought. He's a mountain of a human being, 6'5", 335, 340. He's gonna eat double teams. He's gonna be a space eater, free up dudes. Now he says he's more than that. He didn't really show a lot of pass rush in college, but he put the tape on him. He's got a really nice swim move. He can get to the quarterback a little bit, even though he's not a sack guy. He probably will never be a sack guy. But if he can be a guy that can live in the backfield, make quarterbacks, make running backs change direction, run into other guys, that's exactly what we want him to be, man. Taking on double teams and just being an overall massive human being. That's what we need. Every day is from Notre Dame, so he don't look too bad. He was a captain of the team also. Is he a rookie? I don't know much about him. I watched Inside the Den, and Jalen Carter was never even mentioned as a pick. We really went for a good character, high football guy. I love it. Yeah, I heard Jalen Carter's having a good camp in Philly. I haven't heard much about it though. I haven't heard any negative. But he was he's been doing pretty good in camp right now. So, but that's okay, man. It's okay we didn't get him. I'm not too broken up by it. Jeff Risen is a pretty tall guy, but he signed my ball cap. Nice guy. I've talked to Riz a little bit on the side, man. Just a couple times we DM'd each other. I'd like to go on his podcast one day, but we'll see. I'm excited for the draft next year because it'll be here in Detroit. Yeah, I'll be there, bro. I'll be there. Oh, it's my friend Tony. Crew, those Inside the Den minis are edited. Certain things are taken out. Of course they are. Oh, it's all good, bro. You didn't hurt my feelings, man. Trust me. People have said a lot worse, man. If you think my takes are bad, that's all good. That's good. That's up to you, man. That you think my breakdowns are bad, that's fine. You can't please everybody, dude. You can't please everybody. Personally, I wish at the time when we had pick 34, we would have jumped back. I wanted Mozzie Smith, the defensive tackle out of Michigan. I really did, man. I don't know what he's doing. He's looking like a beast with the Cowboys. I liked him, man. He was I think he's going to be a good player for them. He's going to be a really nice player. And I did hear some rumblings that the Lions really did like him, but I guess time will tell, right? Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to star that one up, too. Training camp yesterday was a good time. I ended up getting a new full-size helmet that just came out. 5 autograph. If anyone ever been in training camp, it's a great time. Yeah, man, I got to get out there, man. I got to get out there. I really do, man. I don't really have the time. I don't like really driving in the States. It's kind of a little bit of a fear of mine. It took me a long time to get my license, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you, man. It took me years. I didn't get my license till I was, 50 now. So I didn't get it till I was about 35, 36, maybe a little bit later, maybe 37. And I was afraid to just drive in, even in the city. I just didn't like to drive, man. I always felt an anxiety about it. It was weird. And then like driving long distances, driving in America, I'm not a fan. So I got to get there. I got a couple buddies that want to go. So, but we're never on the same page. We're never on the same page. It's okay. I do want to ask you though, Tony. I do want to ask you, what's wrong with my breakdowns? I would like to know, because I don't mind criticism. As long as you're respectful, and I can be respectful too, that's cool. I just want to know what I do that's not good. Like, what's wrong with my breakdowns? Like, I know I have a stuttering issue sometimes. Sometimes that maybe gets in the way. I do all my homework. So just let me know. Give me the feedback, man, because I really want to know. I really want to know why you don't like it, because I'd like to better myself. I really do. long as you're respectful about it, and I think you were being respectful, and I appreciate that. I'm 6'5", 220, everything's I'm a beast. Can't wait to see Brock Martin 340. Oh man, that's a monster, bro. You're 6'5", though? Big dude, man, 228. Man, that's a big dude, brother. That is a big dude. You don't like driving here because you drive on the wrong side over there. No, we don't. We drive on the right side. No, we don't. Do we? Oh, man, we drive on the right side. Everyone drives on the right side, man. What are you talking about? It's not like, no, bro, I don't think so. I don't think it's the reverse, is it? See, I don't even know. I don't think it is, though, man. I don't think it is. Tony C, ticket prices issue for Lions game will be through the roof on secondary market. Yeah, we got some tickets, man. I'm going to the Falcons game with a group of dudes, group of buddies, and I'm going to the Panthers game with another friend. So, and we've spent not crazy amount of money, but I think the one ticket to the Falcons game might have been about $190 American, 180, 200. I forget, man, but it was a little pricey. And then the Panthers game I got as a present. So I thought that was pretty cool. For doing a podcast, Darcy Melville, if you guys know who he is, man, he's got a really cool podcast, Detroit Lions News. Shout out to Darce, former Canadian boy too, man. Mark, I like your knowledge and enjoy your station. Thanks for everything as far as Tony. No need to insult, no need at all. I don't think he was trying to insult me, but thank you. But hey, man, I don't know. Not everyone's gonna like you, right? I've been called worse, bro. I've been called worse, but thanks for the backup, Randall. Appreciate it, dude. For T. Wright, since he's still listening, an old friend of mine, God rest his soul, once told me, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Thanks, Silver Surfer. Appreciate it, bro. I can't stand driving in big cities. I just get nervous, man. I just get nervous. I never thought I was ever going to get my license until I met my wife, man. My wife pretty much wouldn't date me unless my wife pretty much, like, she was dating me, but she was like, if you don't get your license, I just can't, like, you have to have a license, man. And she was right, man, because it was always a damn problem with every girlfriend I've ever had. It's a problem with girls. It's a problem with your buddies, always got to pick you up. Like, oh man, we got to pick up Orum again, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were my buddies, but it was just like, is he ever going to drive, man? He's never going to freaking drive. This is annoying. And with girls, it was always an issue. And I always had a problem telling girls I didn't drive. I was in my 20s, and you're trying to pick up chicks, and you're like, yeah, man, I don't drive, man. Like, I don't drive. The girls would be like, oh, that's cool. Ghost. Gone. You know what I mean? So then, like, when you tell them, some girls are like, that's cool. Oh, you don't drive? I wonder why. It's just weird, right? I think it's just weird, man. And I think about it now that I've had my license for almost 15 years. I'm thinking, like, I can't believe I never drove before. Like, now I'm cool driving. I just don't like driving in big cities, long distances. Detroit, man, I've never done it. I just gives me anxiety thinking about it. Canadians driving the same side of roads Americans do. Come on, man. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm thinking, yeah. In Europe, driving on the right side. In Europe, they do that. They actually have the steering wheel on the passenger side. They drive. That's crazy, man. That'd be weird. It's like a go-kart. Mark, you do a great job. Thank you, Keitho. Appreciate it, brother. Things we do for women. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, man, I got a real nice family out of the deal, man. I got a real nice family out of the deal. And I love my wife. I do. Even though sometimes we fight. Who doesn't fight with their wives, though? What's going on, Mark J. Kwan, my guy? What's up, brother? Seems like you bought all the season tickets. No, man. I wish I got season tickets. I used to have them with my pops, man. Actually, my pops was here today earlier, and it was a great seeing my old man. It was my daughter's birthday today, man, but she has a friend over. So Dad gets to do his video, and then I get to do a podcast. But this is going to be a short podcast because I'm hanging out with the wife, guys. So I'm not going to go past 8:15. I know I say that a lot, man, but it's happening. But thanks for coming in, Jake Kwan. But I am going to the Falcons game, and I'm going to the Panthers game, my guy. I'd love to run into some of you guys, man, have a beer, man, and just shoot the shit. I think it'd be hilarious. I think it'd be great, man. The only person who can make you feel fear is you, said Eleanor Roosevelt. I like that, James Wallace. I like that. In Europe, just in the UK, they drive on the left side, I believe. I don't know. My wife lived in England for a while, in the UK. But I don't blame you. People are nuts on the road. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not nuts. Went Saturday training camp to a crowd. Really couldn't see much. I got to get there, Gary Kissinger. Thanks for coming in, brother. I got to get there. My friend actually said that he had a ticket for me. I know you got to get tickets to get there. But I'm wondering if I could go and see it, because I'm still part of Lions Nation Unite. I'm wondering if I can get in there with just slip right in and hang out with some of the media guys. I wonder if I could. I don't know yet. Just my situation, my schedule's tough too. I bet they would have stuck around if you told them the reason you can't drive is because your extra leg was too big and got in the way. That's a good one, Zach J. It's a good one, my friend. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Yeah, man, she's 11 years old. Zach J making me laugh there, man. Hey, man, the girl stuck around though. Hey, they did. So I'm 52, Public Enemy. Love it. At 52, and I've always had anxiety about driving across the Bassett Bridge and other similar bridges. Just happens like that sometimes, right, man? You don't like it, you can't control it. Even when we go to Grand Bend and we travel, like this is my wife drives, not because she's afraid of me driving. It's just she doesn't like being in the passenger side too. So she's got an anxiety of being actually in a passenger side. So it's weird. I'm comfortable in the passenger. I can just sit there, man, chill, fall asleep. My wife loves to drive. She's good. We go to Grand Bend. It's a couple hours away. We go to London. We go here. We go there. Driving, somewhere where it's good distance to drive. She'll do it, man. And I'm good with that stuff, man. I'd love to meet up with you, Mark. That would be pretty cool for me as a fan, bro. I would love it, man. I'm a fan of you guys, man. I'm telling you, I'm a fan of you guys coming in here. You guys make me want to do this a lot, man. With the support and with the feedback that I get. Even guys like Tony Wright, man, telling me that he doesn't like my breakdowns. They're kind of bad. It hit me a little bit right here, but hey, it's okay. Tell me why. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I need to do to be better. But I would love to meet you guys. It'd be cool, man. I'm going to be at the Falcons game, and I'm going to be at that Panthers game, man. So, if we always get a shot, hook me up on Facebook. Man. We'll have a beer. And hopefully the Lions are up by 20. And we can have a good laugh, man. I did have my license until I was 21 in the Marines. We took the cabs everywhere back then in a carpool. That's smart. That's a smart way to do it, right, brother? No. In Europe, they drive the same side as America. Okay. The only exception is the UK. $180 for a ticket. This world has gone crazy. Wow. $58 should be the most. That's crazy, Silver Surfer. Don't ever drive through Atlanta. Then it was nuts. I heard Atlanta was crazy. I actually had a friend that told me Atlanta and Florida were the two worst places he ever drove. He said Florida was like a war zone. He said the highway, it was a war zone. Cars on the side of the road, accidents. Like he said that they saw like an insane accident. He said it was like, and people don't give a shit in Florida. They just drive and as fast as they can, man. So that's nuts, man. I would have probably a full-blown anxiety attack. We always go through Atlanta at like 4 a.m. Damn. Honestly, how do you think the Lions will do against KC? Bro, I've been getting this question asked a lot, Mr. Kessinger. And I'm not going to say we don't have a shot. I'm not going to say that. Do I think we're going to win that football game? No. I don't think we're going to win that football game. I think we have a chance, though. I just think there's some things that really have to go well. I think we're going to be able to score on Kansas City. They don't have the greatest defense, even though they got a really good D-line. They got some linebackers over there. Secondary, okay. If Chris Jones doesn't play and he's not there, which I think he will be, we have a better chance. So Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, that's what scares me the most. And then if you look at that wide receiving core, nobody really scares you, right? Valdez-Scantling. They got Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, who looks like he could be something, though. But they're all fast, smaller, speedy guys in that wide receiver room. And then they got Kelsey, Mahomes, Pacheco running the football. That offense is really good. I think it's gonna be a game like right off the gate. I think there's gonna be 80 to 90 points scored. I really do. I just don't see us winning in Kansas City. I think there's a shot, though, bro. I think we have a shot, but I'm not picking them to win. I just can't. I just can't right now. I just hope they don't get blown out 40-10. And I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly, like I said, I think there's going to be 80 to 90 points scored. They're going to score a ton, both sides. And one team's going to have to make a mistake. One or two mistakes is going to cost that game. Honestly, that's how I feel. And I kind of hope, I want us to win, obviously, but I just don't see it right now. I just don't see it. But I think we're going to make it a great game. So there's always a shot, man. There's always a shot. They could upset him. Is it going to happen? In my opinion, no. But, hey, man, maybe I'll change my mind in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, wherever we play. Justin Chase, what rookie do you think will make the most excited if they came out like an absolute beast? Make me most excited. Personally, I like to say Campbell or Martin because it'll be Holmes making weakness to strength again. Yeah, I'm rooting huge for everybody, but guys like Campbell, I played the position. I played the linebacker spot. Campbell for sure. The Martin pick, bro, if that pans out, dude, oh my God, he is going to look like a genius. He's going to look like an absolute genius if it pans out. I'm still thinking he's a developing guy, even though he's showing up in camp. He's throwing guys around like Ragnow. He's flashes of good and bad. Mostly good, though, it seems like. But, Campbell, Gibbs, those type of guys, they come out of the gate hot. I'm excited. Was in a traffic jam for 2 hours driving through Atlanta. Ugh. I've never been to Atlanta. I'd love to go. The new Gordie Howe Bridge is looking good. We were able to bike into the States from Canada. Yeah, that's true too, man. That's that's good for business too, man. That's really good for business. Come on, Crop in the building. What's happening, brother? How you doing? With the Lions emojis, I love it. Chicago's hard to navigate. The traffic's pretty unforgiving if you miss your exit. I've been to Chicago. I was on a bus though twice. I think it was twice. No, one time we did drive years ago with friends. But I obviously never drove. My friends did. And we went to a Lions game. I was in my 20s, I believe, my early 20s. And that was crazy. That was a crazy time, man. Almost got jumped by about 10 Bears fans. I was just like calling on everybody. It was the funniest. It was a good time. It was during the Barry Sanders days. We won that game, I remember. But I almost literally got jumped by about 10 Chicago Bears fans. They were throwing beer on top of me. I was like, come on. I was just loving it, man. It was a good time. Detroit upset KC because it's the first game. Hey, man, it could, bro. Hangover. Super Bowl hangover, man. It could happen. If that happens, bro, eruption. There's going to be an eruption going on in Detroit, man. KC game will definitely put up a good fight. I think so too, Keith. Though that's all I'm looking for, bro. I'm looking for a victory. Don't get me wrong. I want them to win. Damn these moral victories. I understand all that. A lot of Lions fans are like moral victories. I do understand that, but there's just a part of me that can't imagine us winning that game. There's just a part of me and I can't escape it, man. But there's also another part of me that thinks there's a shot, and then there's another part of me that's like, just don't get your asses kicked, man. They can't walk out of there losing by 2-3 touchdowns. They can't. Like being, you know what I mean? If they're losing by 3 touchdowns and they get like 1 or 2 late in the game in the fourth quarter, and they lose by, let's say they lose by 7 to 10 or 7 to 10 points, 9 points. Oh, look, the Lions were in it. No. You got your asses kicked for 3.5 quarters. You scored 2 touchdowns late. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see that garbage. I want to see them play from start to finish. And if they win the game, even better, man. I'll come out here crowing like a rooster. I'll be like, hey, man, they won. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. I mean, a lot of people won't. There's people out there saying that we're going to kill them. I just can't do it right now, man. Mark, let's say Lions do beat Kansas City. Goff totally outdoes Mahomes. He's the reason to win that. That should be narrative B. If that happens, that's fantastic. That's phenomenal. I don't care who outduels who. I'm not pitting Goff against Mahomes. That's not fair, man. That's not, to me, that's unfair to Jared Goff. He is not Patrick Mahomes, bro. And I'm not trying to come at you. But if Goff comes out and he throws 3-4 touchdowns and goes off and the defense makes a couple stops, then great. But I don't want to make this a Goff versus Mahomes thing, man. And with the narrative thing, I want them to win. I just don't think they're going to. That's all. I think they're going to play a great game. I think we have a shot, but I'm going to give them like a 30% shot. I'm not going to give them a big just because I think if 30 other teams plus us, 31 teams walk into Arrowhead Stadium on a Thursday night playing the Super Bowl champions from 2022 to 2023, whatever, from last year's Super Bowl, I think they all lose. That's the thing. I think so. For me to come on here and say, well, we're going to win because I'm a Lions fan, I just can't do it. It's not because I'm not voting for them, I'm not going for them, I'm going for them. I just don't think they're gonna. And like I said, I think every other team would lose that game. Every team. The San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, they all go walking into that stadium. I think they come out losers. And I think we're going to lose that football game, but play tough, man. Just don't get your asses kicked. And if we win, that's an even bigger bonus, man. So there's always a shot. I just don't see it, guys. I just don't see it. I think we might lose the first 2 games, too much pressure, and we're still the Lions. After we might start shifting gear. I just told somebody the other day, bro, Silver Surfer, was a Packer fan who I was having a conversation with, and we were having a cool conversation. And I go, listen, this team, the Lions, could even go 0-2 to start the year, and I still think we're winning 11 games. I think we're winning 11 to 12 games. I've already said that. I think we're going to beat Seattle at home, though, the second game of the year at Ford Field. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. I want to see what Seattle does week 1. Who they play. Tampa Bay? I forget who the hell they play. Washington? See, I forget who they play. So I think we're winning week 2. I really do think we're winning 2. But you're right. I would not be surprised, man, if we lost 2 games in a row. Kansas City has a better kicking game. Obviously, yeah. They got the better quarterback. They got the better tight end. They have the better defense. They really do. O-line, I think we do, but they have a very good O-line. We don't have a lot of better things than them. I don't know if we have one thing that's better than them. Honestly, they have the better coaching. They got the advantage with the Arrowhead Stadium. It's tough. It's a tough matchup. It's a week 1 crazy matchup, man. Patty Grimes. If they beat KC, it'll probably be the biggest win since 91 versus it'll be huge, bro. There will be it'll be mayhem. It'll be mayhem. There'll be silliness being talked across the internet. It'll be nuts. Donkey Kong, Orum rules, Super Bowl bust. Love it, buddy. Thanks, bro. Can you imagine BKC and Eagles the first 2 games? Detroit will go nuts. We play Seahawks game week 2, brother. Seahawks. But yes, they're going to go nuts if we beat KC, man. Who do you think is the most overhyped team this year? I was asked this question not too long ago, and I want to say the Saints. I think the Saints are getting overhyped a little bit too much with the Derek Carr signing, this and that. I think they're a little bit overhyped. Michael Thomas coming back, even though, there's not too much crazy talk about them. I just think they're getting overhyped a little bit. And the Cowboys always get overhyped every year too, but I think they're pretty good. As long as Goff not the reason we lose, I don't think he'll be the reason we lose. I don't think he will be. I just think we're facing Patrick Mahomes, man. This is not like we're not facing Geno Smith. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not, even though Geno Smith had a great game against us last year, killed us to be honest with you. So we're playing the best coach on earth right now, Andy Reid, best quarterback, best tight end. Well, it's such a well-coached team. It's just tough, man. It's going to be a tough game. And I hope one guy's not just the reason why we lose. And I don't think one guy's always the reason why we lose. Stafford got that, I think, way too much this year. I predict 12-5 this year. Let's freaking go. Love it, Keitho. Let's go, bro. I want the Lions to be competitive as hell and then let chips fall where they may as far as the KC game. Yeah, for sure, man. Be competitive. Yeah, Lions don't play the Eagles. I didn't think we did. Put the Seahawks again, though. That's game 2. General Brown, what's up, bro? I think the Lions shocked the world, put the NFL on notice. I think our defense will show up. I think the defense is going to be way, way better this year. But let me tell you, man, if we're going to beat KC, they have to get to Patrick Mahomes. Have to. And I don't see a lot of teams doing that. You know, they have improved their offensive line tremendously over the last couple of years. They did lose, I think, 1 or 2 players this year at that O-line spot. So they might have some youngsters there. I got to double check it. I got to look into that. But they still have those. They still got Mahomes. They still got Kelsey. They got a bunch of fast wide receivers. They still have a good defense, good running game. They got things, man. We do too, though. We do too, but it's going to be tough one, General Brown. It's going to be tough, bro. 11-6. I love it. I got no issue with it. Patty G, Hooker is the future. He might be. This all depends on Jared Goff, what he does. I like Hendon Hooker. I think he could really push for a starting gig next year. What happens? Are the Lions going to re-up Goff? You know, they still got some time. There's no rush. Let's see what happens there. You're right. Hooker is the future backup. As of right now, he is, and I'm fine with it, man. I'm fine with it. This is all Jared Goff has to do what he's supposed to do, and he's supposed to play really well, played exceptional last year. I'll never take that back from him. You know, is he going to be the guy? We'll see. I think we beat KC. We'll have a similar start to the Cardinals a couple years late. No, but we won't flame out like they did for sure. That would be fantastic. Imagine that, man. Starting out 8-0. The Cardinals did flat. They flamed right out though. Well, I remember that, man. 13-4, really? 13-4. Who said that? I said 11-6 or 12-5. That's what I think they're going to do. Really. I know I haven't, Zach J, and I keep getting asked about it. I got to check it out. It's got Mahomes, Cousins, and Mariota. But then again, KC does not have Gibbs. And with Jameer, anything is possible. We are going to have the better running game if we also had J-Mo. Now, that would be a different story. If we had J-Mo, it would be a little bit of a different story, I think. You know, but don't sleep on Pacheco, man, from that team. And then they got they still got Clyde Edward-Helaire who can make some noise. So they have a good football team, bro, the Kansas City Chiefs. Goff blew out Mexico against Mahomes on Monday night a few years ago. I remember that, man, when he was with the LA Rams. That was a hell of a game. If they score like 100 points, that was a hell of a football game. I think the Rams won that game, right? I heard some Oday Abushi news floating around today. Yeah, he's coming in for a visit. Former Detroit Lion, been on a lot of teams, 32 years old, played guard, played tackle, 2 guard spots, I think. I think he's played the right and maybe he's played left and right tackle. But he's versatile, and that's what the Lions love. One Pride 40 in the building. I'm getting out of here, guys, in 9 minutes. 8:15 is getting shut down. I got told by a Rams fan that they will have a better offense than us. Oof. I don't see how that's going to happen, but wow. I bet you they don't. One Pride. Make that bet if he's going to make a bet with you. I'm good on Oday. I'm okay with Oday. He's backup. He's a backup guy. That means they don't like somebody, you know, or not even maybe just the guy that became available. They're just looking for a camp body. Could be that. So I got nothing, man. He's a versatile guy. KC lost Orlando Brown and Andrew Wiley on the line. That's big. That is big. So they must have either, I don't know what they did in the draft. I can't remember. Did they draft some guys? I think they might have drafted a tackle. But I have to double check. But they lost a couple guys on the O-line. Hey, man, that's better for us. I agree, One Pride. Yeah. Goff finished with 325 straight consecutive passes. without interception, 5th all-time in NFL history. Mark, where do you think he finishes on the list? That's crazy, man. 325 straight. I don't know, man. I know some of those passes we got a little bit lucky. That's why it's called the game of inches. But it is what it is, man. 325 straight. This was a guy that had problems with turnovers, man. You know, and then once Ben Johnson got his hands on him, he got better at it. He got better at securing the football, not throwing into double coverage as much, being smarter with the ball in his hands, learning how to handle the ball without getting it knocked out, you know, with that small hands thing. So that's all good, man. Like, you know, I don't know where he finishes on the list. I like him to be number one. I like him to keep on going, keep it going, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. How far away is he? Yeah, Mahomes is 5-0 in openers. Is the first for everything. He's 5-0. Isn't Andy Reid up there too? If we have a winning record by the deadline, I see us making a trade. Yeah, it could happen, man. It all depends what we're looking for, right? You know, I think we still might need some depth in the interior, even though some guys are stepping up that we didn't think would right now in training camp. But I wouldn't mind adding to that interior defensive line. They might be grabbing another corner somewhere down the line. This guy's getting banged up, man. I don't really know. You know, could they grab another wide receiver? There's wide receivers going down like just dropping like flies. So you never know, man. Justin is so right as usual. 6 games is way too much. 6 games on what? 6 games. Oh, with JMO? But with JMO, man, being with a suspension? 6 games? Oh, yeah. Well, that's just stupid, man. I can't even get into that crap, man. It drives me nuts, man. You know, Tony's streaks are meant to be broken. Ask the Undertaker about that. Yeah. WWE. I heard rumors about Grover Stewart. I would like that. Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts, right? He's a Colts guy. I think he'd be a nice little addition to the football team. Yeah, JMO got 6, Kamara got 3. That completely makes me sick to my stomach. You know, Kamara goes out there, man, and just gets into a fight at 5 a.m, beats the living shit out of some dude. Him and his buddies, I think, lies about it, brags about it in an Uber, gets told that he's on camera, then all of a sudden admits it. And JMO makes a bet on the road in a hotel on non-football. I think it was somebody said it was basketball. I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't the NFL. I don't care if it was bowling. It's so stupid. But it's a rule. It is a rule. It's just a bad rule. And how Kamara gets 3 and JMO gets 6 is unbelievable to me. Goff needs 80 more pass attempts without interception to break record at 402. I didn't know that. Okay. I just wanted to be smart with the football, man. Hopefully he's not just concentrating on that. I'm sure he's not. He needs to be, he needs to be smart with the football too, but he needs to take some shots too. So, it's not going to be just a guy that's, just worried about a passing record. So, JMO didn't bet NFL. I think he bet on bowling or something. Yeah, someone said golf. Someone said basketball. Who knows? It was on a dumb basketball game. Exactly. They said Joe Burrow will be the next quarterback, so I want to see Russell Wilson so I can see him doing high knees on a plane. Yeah, Ridley got a year because he bet on the NFL. Ridley bet on the NFL. That's why he got a year, just like, CJ Moore and that Stanley Berryhill kid that we had. They got a year in the NFL, gone. So they'll be reinstated. I'll see CJ Moore will be on a team next year, 100%. Stanley Berryhill, who knows? Practice squad dude. So, it's just stupid, right? But Ridley bet on NFL games. Ridley did bet on NFL games. Nope, it's a basketball game. Who bet on a basketball game? JMO? Because it wasn't Ridley. Ridley didn't bet on a basketball game. Cephas too. Yeah, Cephas. Yeah, Berryhill didn't. Actually, Berryhill didn't bet on the NFL. It was Cephas and Moore. They bet on NFL. That's what it was. That's what it was. Barry Hill and JMO bet on basketball, right? That's what it was. So, yeah, man. So, but like Zach J said, Ridley, he bet on NFL games. You're done for the year. So that's craziness. Hey, Mark, really looking forward to the scrimmage of the Giants. Let's see what we got. Hey, man, it's gonna be fantastic. A couple days playing with the Giants, my second favorite team. I'm fired up about it. Broderick Martin's looking good out there, bro. Developing a lot faster than what Holmes thought. I love his comments on that, man. He's just looking great out there. Campbell's comments sounded like he was pretty shocked as well, saying, "Hey, man, this guy's doing everything we want, man. It's going to be tough making a decision." So let's see what happens against these New York Football Giants, man. I thought it was on the Alabama tournament game. I don't know, man. One Pride saying it's a basketball game, so I believe him. I know it was the NFL. That's all I care about. I don't care if he bets on cricket, man. I don't care if it's on cricket, darts. I don't care what he's doing. If he goes 80 more passes out of pick, then I might believe that we're not losing the first two. I just want to win, man. Just don't be the reason why we lose. Put my crock on along. We're going late. Yeah, it's 8:13. I'm cashing out, checking out in 2 minutes, guys. Broderick Martin sounds like a snack at the moment. He does, man. He's out there making plays. He's making a push to the quarterback. I guess he ragdolled Frank Ragdoll the other day. It's always really special when you see a rookie throwing around some of the starting old linemen. He's gotten beat. Obviously, a couple times he got beat, man, by a few guys, but he's out there making plays. And that's what I love, man. Thanks for hopping on tonight, Mark. Live is always entertaining. It is, man. It's fun. I appreciate it, guys. I know they're having Martin go through a serious NFL. Oh yeah, man. Well, he has to, man. It's not like, no offense, but this isn't Western Kentucky, man. He's not a hilltopper no more. This is the real deal. And they're going to go through the grind. And Broderick Martin thinks he belongs. He's playing like he belongs right now. Now let's see what he does against the Giants this next couple days, and then he'll get evaluated even more than when we play against the Jaguars in some games. That's what you want. We need to close lanes in a run game. It's exactly what we need, brother. Run games have been killing us for years. Running backs, quarterbacks, all the guys that can run, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, man. Even though we beat up on Fields last year, he ran all over us, man. He ran all over us. Can't have it anymore. Can't have it. You need to turn that D-line into Atlanta traffic. That's what you need. That's what we need to do. I like it. We're going to go out on that note, Zach J. I love that quote right there. You need to turn that D-line into some Atlanta traffic. One more question. What's going on? We're like you fella. Goff has 8 more passes with interception. Stafford breaks home pick 6 record. Well, I think Stafford's going to break that record if he stays healthy. He can't be that too far away, right? He can't be too far away. I know there's some good names up there on that list, though. There's some like Hall of Famers that are on that list, by the way. But I think Stafford will break that for sure. I don't see Goff doing that with 80 passes. I really don't. It could happen. It's probably that's what, 2.5 games or something, 2-3 games. So I don't know, man. Could happen, I guess. I don't know, but how close is who, right? Want to see how Jamo does in preseason. He's supposed to be getting a lot of looks. According to Dan Campbell, he's getting a ton of looks. Great Wall, Detroit. But I'm out, guys. I've gone past my limit. I'm at 8:16. I'm about a minute away from 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'll give 50 seconds, man. 50 seconds. So that's it, man. We need this defense, man, to have a good run defense. If it's not, we're in trouble. It's just big time trouble, man. Soul Surfer, I'm out, bro. You're gonna have to watch the replay. Justin Chase, man, One Pride, brother. Go Lions. Peace from Public Enemy. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you guys coming in, man, on the stream. It's good to trying to do this every Sunday. Trying to make it Sunday. If I don't do it on a Sunday, it's because I'm busy. I got shit going on, man. Last week I went to a party and it turned into an adult party. It got crazy, man. It got crazy. So it was fun. I had a good time. Drank a little bit too much though, but that was all right, man. And I'm going to do videos. I just put out a video of day 11. I'm a little bit day behind because of my schedule going on right now, but day 11 came out. I'm all caught up with the training camp videos, and we'll see what happens with these joint practices against the New York Giants, man. Let's see. Kayvon Thibodeau in the building. Let's see what happens, man. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Peace. One pride. Boom. Let's go, guys. Go Lions. Forward.